The following podcast is intended for mature audiences. Listener discretion is advised.
Nobody's listening, no. Nobody's listening, no. Nobody wants to hear them speak. Nobody's listening, no. Nobody's listening. Nobody wants to hear them speak. Nobody wants to hear them speak. Nobody wants to hear them speak.
I thought you were starting.
No, I was going to lead us into the bit we're going to talk
Oh,
about.
okay, well, you didn't make that fucking clear, did you?
You do your starty bit.
Didn't make that clear.
You always
He's like,
do.
I'm going to lead it in. I
do.
thought you wanted to start it. Give me that look. Welcome, thank you for downloading, streaming, however it is that you listen to the Not Listening podcast. I'm Adam. You all right, mate? You all right, Ash?
Yeah,
I'm Adam. Well, I just said hello to myself.
Yeah.
Hello, mate. You all right, mate? Yeah, but not bad. You all right? Good. Oh, it's hot.
and he's only drinking non-alcoholic beer and he's still talking to himself. He has to be mental.
A little bit mental. A little bit. You all right,
That
Ash?
is strange.
You good, mate? You all right?
Yeah, not too
Looking
bad.
well, mate. Looking well. Lost a bit of weight.
No, I keep myself trim on the rowing machine. And
I'm having
and doing
deja
my
vu.
exercises. I'm good.
What was it? I'm being polite.
Or maybe Privage.
Yeah, it's just because you're slightly on the larger side.
Slightly. I've lost a lot of weight over the last 2 years, so yeah.
Yeah, since you've been sitting there, I've noticed you're wasting away on the non-alcoholic beer.
All right, Will.
Hello,
Will's here.
I'm here.
See, the listeners right now are clapping.
Hello, my friends.
They're like, Will's here. Yeah, Will's here. We love Will. You are like the Donald Trump of podcasting.
Well, fuck you.
Yeah!
Well, actually, by the time this comes out, who knows?
Who
what that might
knows,
mean.
mate? Who knows? So, you wanted to do a... well, I don't even know.
All right.
Just lead in. Do we got to do?
Okay, so quite a long time ago, we did a podcast, and I mentioned The Walking Dead, and what I said was that I watched the first series and it was all right, and I started the second series, and frankly, it was just a bit too much of a soap opera. Too many people talking about feelings, ignoring the whole zombie shit. Now, a colleague of mine did strongly and heartily recommend that I got back into it, and I did that, particularly when it became available on Amazon and I could just watch it on my commute. So I started watching The Walking Dead again. And you know what? They very kindly, by the end of Series 3, killed off pretty much every single one of the whiny characters that kept talking about their feelings, or turned them into hard bastards. Carol.
It's like they listened to you, Will.
It was like they listened to me, but it had already happened. I just hadn't watched it.
Yeah. Is this going to be a spoiler episode then? I suppose.
No, because we don't know actually what's going on. All
What
we've
I
done
would
is watch
say,
the
if you
trailer.
are not up to date to the end of Series 6 of The Walking Dead, we'll probably lay some spoilers on you.
Yeah, I suppose. But then again,
But it's been out for a good number of months, and we're now telling you there's spoilers, so it's your fault if you keep listening and we spoil something.
so the new series is starting very, very soon as of recording. So
That's
as of
right.
release, the new series is probably out in the next week or so.
Yeah, at some point in October.
Yeah.
I can't remember the exact
So
date.
we're doing this in preparation of the new series. So obviously, if you haven't watched The Walking Dead up until the new series, which is about to start,
And you're still listening when we've told you not to, then really...
thanks for the
It's
download.
your own fault.
But come back once you've finished watching it, or
Yeah.
just if you don't really care, keep listening, and you
Well,
can pretend that you
If they
watch
haven't
it.
stopped listening now anyway, I mean, if you have stopped listening, then...
If they have stopped listening, they can't hear us say if you stop listening.
And they can't hear us
'Cause it'd be
say
weird,
what a
wouldn't
twat they were,
Yeah.
really. I mean, we didn't want their listen,
That
did
was
we?
weird, that bird. I didn't
Yeah,
like that bird.
it was,
That was a weird one.
I was concerned about like that funny
I didn't know
look
what
that they
didn't know what
had.
that smell was.
Yeah.
I'm just sitting there getting confused, so it's fine.
Well, what was this fucking new? Sorry, actually, that was really rude of me. I do apologise.
That was.
That was a little bit harsh. I
Who
did a bit
gives a
brash
shit?
there. I didn't mean to be so brash.
So we finished Series 6 with a little bit of baseball roulette.
Oh, Negan.
Is it Negan?
It's Negan.
Negan.
What do you think it is? You could pronounce it differently to
no,
everyone else?
no. I just couldn't quite remember. It's been a while
Yeah, it's
since
Negan.
the series ended.
Negan.
Yeah, for some reason I thought Tegan, which is
Well, it's
another
very
one of those
close.
stupid made-up
It's
names.
close.
Yeah.
But it's Negan.
Okay, cool. So, who... the difficulty is, right, so when I was watching Series 2, there were a vast number of characters that I'd have been perfectly happy for Negan to bat.
Yes.
A lot of
There were
characters, though,
lots.
that you're talking about died quite harshly.
Yeah, I know, but they still could have been batted by Negan, and I wouldn't have batted an eyelid. To be fair.
Fuck yeah.
I wasn't actually just lining that up, I have to say.
He says
That did just happen. But the trouble is, I've actually started to care about a lot of those characters. Can we remember who's in the batting lineup?
Right, okay, so you've obviously got Rick.
Yep.
Yeah.
Grimes. He ain't dying. Let's put
No.
it out there.
No,
he
he's
ain't
going to
dying.
be. He's going to be in it.
We
till
know
the
that.
end.
He can't. If they kill him off, it would be the biggest shock in TV history
They
ever.
don't kill the lead character.
can't.
And they're not going to.
They can't.
They're not going to kill his son either.
Well, and also,
I wouldn't say so. He's a
They-
bit of a twat. He's only got one eye anyway.
they won't kill
Bit of a gimp.
Carl because...
yeah, but he's
no,
now disabled. He's going to survive.
yeah, but if you actually remember what Negan said, he actually said, make sure the kid watches. They
Okay.
actually didn't say kill the kid. So I think he gets away. They've kind of already released that he ain't going to die.
All right. Interestingly, so who was on his left-hand side and who was on his right-hand side, and which eye did he lose?
Oh, do you know what? I don't. Oh, yeah. That's too clever. That's too clever.
It's probably more clever than necessary. So you've got Michonne, who is awesome. We like Michonne, right?
I think
yeah, she's got a
I'm
katana.
worried for her. I'm very worried for her. I feel like
She's Rick's new lover, which isn't a
Rick's
good
new
sign.
lover, and also it's kind of almost like she's gone so far. At the moment, and she's an easy shock.
Yeah, but she's got a lot more story to tell.
No, but has she?
But also, is that then going to further the story? Because as she's Rick's new lover, if she actually dies, what happens to Rick? Is he going to go even more insane
Well,
than he
that's-
already
it's a
is?
good-
And that's going to be a plot line
And to
going
whom?
off on one.
And to whom will the blade be passed?
Well, exactly.
If you see what I
Yeah.
mean. So
Yeah.
there will be, if she does die, there will be a big thing about the blade being passed on. Someone, obviously these guys are going to get away somehow. One of them's going to get that blade, and it'll be Michonne's blade if it goes that way. But I don't think it's going to be
I'm
Michonne.
going to write
What's
his
his
names
son
down.
called again?
Carl.
That's it.
Carl.
Now,
Carl.
Glenn.
I think Cole might end up with the.
My money's on Glenn.
Well, are you saying that
what,
because
dying or surviving?
being hit with a bat?
Yes.
Are you saying that
Being
because you know he was the one in the comics that got hit by the bat?
I didn't know that.
Okay, well in the comics he is the one that dies from Negan's bat because this scene is taken
Okay.
is taken from the comics.
I must admit, I think
Okay,
Glenn,
I've never seen the comics, so
You don't see comics, you read them.
Yeah.
Well, fuck you.
my
Well, technically you do see them because they are
Yeah,
pictures.
it's pictures.
my perspective is that Glenn's story feels more done. He went from the nervous shy guy to the die-hard warrior type father figure. He's got
Yeah.
Maggie knocked up.
And
that.
yeah, she's pregnant,
But there
so-
will be precisely.
His bloodline will carry on. Sorry, I'm interrupting, but his bloodline will carry
He's
on.
going to fucking
so,
you with a bat in a minute. Yeah, careful.
There we go.
Yeah. So the whole thing is almost his job is done. He's procreated. He's matured. He's grown up from that character, and to an extent, they could probably do more. But they've got this cool warrior guy, and they can probably now get rid of
But
him to keep the story.
Do
moving.
you think they will bother killing Glenn? Because A, it's the most obvious because of it.
Well, there is
the
that.
comic, and B, they wasted a very good shot where we thought he had died last series when
Underneath the dumpster.
underneath the dumpster where that guy fell on him and they thought he was getting killed, and then they brought him back 2 episodes later that he survived. It was almost kind of
Yeah.
like he already died and come back. If you kill him off again, you're like, oh well, that kind of was a bit of a
Well, maybe,
a letdown.
but maybe they. No, I don't think so because that was a thing that happened in the past, and we're now on
Yeah.
the next stage.
I'm not-
but
not
what I would say-
disagreeing, 'cause
so
anything could happen.
I
We
wasn't
don't know.
aware that happened in the comic books.
Yeah, well, there you
So,
go.
but my
Actually,
gut-
sorry. Have you read the comic books?
no. Otherwise, I'd have been aware that it happened in the comic books. That'd have been a dead giveaway.
No, but I just wanted to ask.
I
I just
haven't.
wanted to ask the question because we've
Yeah.
only got one person here that's read the comics, and we're making this shit up as we go along.
No.
Yeah, but that's what the show is. The show takes a lot of elements from the comics and twists them, and then makes up
That's
completely
it.
brand
I mean,
new stuff. So it's a
correct
bit-
me if I'm wrong, but Daryl died in the comic books years back.
Oh yeah, and Carol didn't really exist, and
Yeah.
there's a lot of characters that
So it's
have
quite
come
different.
and gone.
Oh,
and
okay,
they've
so
changed.
it's different.
Yeah.
It's
They
In
don't-
the same way Game of Thrones has moved on from the books.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But at the same time, where plot lines come up,
Yeah.
key ones, they've done it.
They
But-
keep the same elements,
Yeah.
but they twist them.
So my money was on Glenn, but
Right,
it was
so-
Maggie in the lineup. I think she was as well.
Maggie was there, yeah. But she's
No one. They are not going to kill a pregnant woman
I don't think
on
they-
primetime HBO.
not this way. If they did it, it would be.
Is it HBO? Sorry, Fox.
It's HBO.
No,
No,
it's
Fox.
AMC.
It's-
Yeah,
AMC.
AMC. Sorry.
Yeah.
If they were going to kill her off with being pregnant, they would do it late.
Nice and gently. They would.
Well, not nice
be
and
battered.
You know when because they already did that because they killed off obviously Carl's mum. You know, Rick's wife.
Yeah, but
when
she-
Yeah, but
gave
she'd
birth.
already given birth.
Yeah, so it's a bit
they're
like-
carrying on the procreation thing.
Yeah.
They won't
Maggie's
kill her
safe.
off until,
Maggie's safe. Maggie
until
won't
she's
die.
given birth.
I don't think
at
they'll
least.
call Maggie off.
Can we remember who else was there?
Abraham.
Oh, I like Abraham.
He was good.
He's actually top of my list.
He was one of my. I must admit, he was one of my favourite introductions to the more recent series. He is just funny.
But
Basically,
I-
he's a
but-
proper stereotype, but he's great.
But his story, I think, has come to the end big time because they keep hinting that he has done enough. That he doesn't know what to do now.
Yeah.
What about
He's-
science boffin dude? What's his name?
Oh, fucking, what is his name?
With the mullet.
Mullet guy. Oh, shit, what's his name? Ash, what's his name?
I can't remember.
Dwight. No, it's not Dwight.
No.
Let's call him Jeff.
How
But
bad is
that-
this
I
bad?
don't
Wait,
think-
so
I don't
wait,
think
this
they
is
can
not watching. Do you know what I mean?
Science dude who completely lied about what he was actually there for, saying he had the
Eugene.
cure. Eugene, that's it. He had the cure and all of this kind of stuff. They've tried to kill him off a couple of times and he's survived. He was a complete and utter muppet.
Yeah.
He was scared of absolutely everything. He would go and lose his shadow and all this kind of stuff.
But-
and he's turned into an absolute demon. I'll just shoot fucking anything.
No, not so much. He's still a bit weak. However, he's the one that figured out how to make ammo in the factory. So he's got this whole legacy that side,
He's
and
gonna
he's
keep
already
them alive.
he's already bequeathed that to Rick. So he can die, and there's not a problem. He's figured out how to get him the ammo supply.
Yeah.
He won't know because he's seen as the science boff that's actually going to carry
so
it on.
I think,
Yeah, but
I think he's safe.
You look at the Gamescom trailer, right? And there's a lot of stuff comes out on that baseball bat. It might be the guy with the big brain.
Oh, yeah, maybe. Look at you, you know, blood knowledge. So
Although I must admit, it was all liquid. There was,
See,
no, there was no pink mass.
I think Abraham maybe because killing him off would be quite a shock.
Yeah.
He's a big guy. Negan would probably pick on the big guy.
Yeah.
I'm going to kill the big guy.
So Abraham's two wives. Sorry, going a bit biblical there.
So he could
you know,
die because then he could mess up. I mean, because he would be a loss. It'd be a shock loss, but he wouldn't be a loss to the fact that
Yeah.
you would be pissed off. You'd be like, why'd
Yeah.
you kill him off? I
I
didn't
can't-
want him to die.
I can't remember their names. You got the African American girl and the kind of
Puerto
I
Rican.
don't know what she put Puerto
Puerto
Rican
Rican,
around
sorry.
those lines.
Yeah,
You got
they're-
those two. Are they
again-
in the lineup?
I think they are, and plus they're all part of the Abraham story. If she died, she wanted to kill herself. Remember, she's gone a bit mental, isn't she? I can't
Yeah,
remember
her
her
brother
name.
died. and
Yeah,
all
so
that stuff,
if
yeah.
she died again, I don't think it would be that much.
She's
of a
not
shock.
that big a loss.
I don't
yeah.
care.
But maybe they're not going to go for that big a shock for the way, and they're just going to. Oh yeah, actually, she was a bit of dead weight to the story. Let's crack on.
Don't forget the gay guy there. He's the,
Oh yeah, the one who
Again,
found him.
if he killed him, would we care as
They're
much?
not going to kill the gay.
But they've,
No, they
Again, they're not going to kill the pregnant
politically
woman.
incorrect.
They're not
Or
going to
the
kill
gay.
the gay. They've killed an awful lot of black people, and I can't. But what they do is with the blacks is they introduce a new black guy
To cover 'em up.
and then they do it, and then they kill one off because they have to have the right quotient. It seems just to keep everyone
We've
happy.
got the
It's wonderful.
Mexicans, we've got
Well,
the
that's
Argentinians,
That's
Not
it.
the South Koreans.
yeah, North Koreans.
I must admit, it's kind of fun. There was a real surprise to me way back, several series ago, and they introduced. Do you remember they'd taken? Can't remember her name. You got the doctor. Who's the doctor? What was his name from the ranch? The old boy.
Herschel.
Herschel's daughter, and she was at the police place with all. With the
Oh, the
police
younger
people.
daughter, the blonde. Yeah, the blonde one.
And you
yeah,
had the
yeah.
young black lad there that she escaped with, and I really expected
Oh,
him
yeah.
to survive, and then suddenly bullets.
Yeah, I thought he was.
Yeah.
I thought he was Morgan's son,
I really
or
expected
he was
his-
Morgan's like cousin or something,
it?
nephew. I thought
Morgan
it was.
Freeman.
No,
But you know
Morgan.
what, this is where the whole soap opera thing comes
Yeah.
in, because you're
Yeah.
really expecting these soap opera twists, and they do kind of come up.
Yeah.
And then suddenly, zombies and guns kick in, and boom, it
Yeah.
blows your expectations away. This is why I'm suddenly enjoying it. They're not just talking about. They're not spending all the time talking about feelings. They're
Yeah.
still spending a bit too much, if I'm honest. But it's kind of cool. It's fun.
So out of them, then, who do you think is going to die from Negan's bat?
Well, my money, even before finding out that it was what happened in the comic books, was on Glenn.
So you can still stick with Glenn.
I could handle him dying more than Ginger Fighting Guy.
Okay,
Ginger Fighting Guy is funnier.
My two choices are Michonne and Abraham. They're my two. They're the biggest shocks because if you're gonna,
I don't want either of them to die. That's
No, I
that's
don't
the
want
problem.
them to.
Glenn, not that bothered.
I don't want them to, but if they do, it's a good shake. That's what it is. It's a good shock.
Glenn's a feelings guy. He's his feelings for
I'm-
Maggie and his feelings for
I'm
the
only,
group.
I'm
He
only
can die
sticking
now.
that Michonne is there to, if she dies, to really ignite Rick and make him go crazy
Yeah.
because he thought he was happy.
Yeah, but
again.
Michonne is cooler than Rick. This is my
Yeah,
issue.
she is,
I
but-
don't want her to die.
But if she dies, it's like a good sacrifice as a show. But then if Abraham dies, it's almost as if it's more of a Negan storyline to show, like, out of all that lot, he's the biggest guy. I'm going to kill the biggest guy. To prove
I get
I'm
that.
He's
Yeah.
scared of
Yeah.
him, and that's
And
Might be
also-
the biggest
he's gonna
threat.
go.
The
Yeah.
biggest
Yeah.
threat. Because he doesn't know these people. He doesn't know Rick's the
No.
main guy, really, does
No,
he?
but he's going to take out the big army dude.
Exactly. Daryl, do you think Daryl will
No,
die?
Daryl is not going to die. He is too cool.
I think
However, he's already dead in the comic books. They might actually kill him just to take the continuity, but I don't think they will because
So the-
everyone fucking loves Daryl.
the reason I left
do.
Daryl to the end of it, because
I'd have his man babies.
The reason I left Daryl to the end is because there was a lot of talk of Daryl actually leaving the show that got leaked because he's off to do other stuff, like in real life.
Oh, he's been in a few films.
Yeah.
I noticed him. I can't remember what film it was I watched the other night, and it was just sort of, hey, it's Daryl.
Yeah, apparently he's been signed up to do another TV show, and then people were going, well, hang on, but he can't do that. He was doing the what? And so people are now thinking it's going to be Daryl. They're going to kill Daryl off in the first episode, so he can go off. Which again, if he dies, people will riot because he.
They will bring in a Daryl-esque character. That's the
what,
trouble.
Jesus is close enough to that. Jesus can kick
Actually,
some
Jesus is a funny character, I must admit.
Yeah.
I'm enjoying Jesus so far.
ass. But then again,
It's for the first time in my life I've said this.
but do you think it's funny? Like, if they do kill Daryl, that is a massive shock. That's almost like when Breaking Bad killed off certain characters.
Well, that's the trouble. I mean, I'd put my faith in Daryl, but I don't think I could ever put my faith in... Hang on.
But I think if Daryl dies, you'd have to give the writers a lot of respect for going, fuck, you went there. You killed off Daryl, even though people said, don't ever kill him off. Because there's a lot of women out there who will fucking go apeshit if Daryl is the guy that dies.
Well,
Yeah, but that's not what they're going to do. If they can actually work out a way to actually play that into the story, if Daryl dies, then it changes the whole dynamic
Well-
of their whole group.
Yeah.
Actually, it's interesting because tangential here because it's been a while since we had a good tangent on this particular episode.
Yeah.
But there's a computer game guy who did the Metal Gear series called Hideo Kojima, and
Was he from Cornwall?
yeah, just north of Biddiston. But so he was with a big software house, and he put out the Metal Gear Solid games. He's almost like the Spielberg of the Japanese gaming. No, it's not that big. He just thinks he is, and normally you don't play a computer game and it says a Hideo Kojima game. It's just a game from this company. But no, his games are all like a Hideo Kojima game. I hope it's Kojima, otherwise I sound like a complete cunt. But the point is, he's put out a new the E3 or one of the big conferences this year. He put out this trailer for a new game, and one of the main characters in it is actually Daryl.
Oh, okay.
In this new game.
Okay.
So, fair bit of work involved in that. So maybe, if he's doing some load of TV series, load of films, load of other stuff, maybe he hasn't had to spend a lot of time with The Walking Dead. Maybe it is Daryl.
Oh, see, that's it.
So
Who
that's
knows?
that's one of the big problems with actually it being released afterwards.
And also, you could
Well,
argue that
but then-
Keegan. I like Keegan.
Kevin
Keegan.
Keegan?
Yeah,
Kevin
Kevin
Keegan.
Keegan
Yeah.
might back Daryl on the
Newcastle,
basis that
isn't
he's
it?
also the biggest threat.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm excited for it. I love The Walking Dead. But what I liked, we saw watch
Can
the
we
trailer.
just call him Kevin from now
We
on?
can call him, right, Negan's now called Kevin.
Yep.
So,
Kevin Negan.
what I liked about the...
Or Kenny.
The whole trailer we watched from the Comic Con trailer.
Yeah, the Comic Con.
They-
Are you? Is this in the episode at the start or something? Or
I
have
can
you got
do.
a link to it.
I can probably played at the beginning. I don't know.
I don't know the
I don't know
audios.
how it's fucking like
To an extent, we might just say go to the not listening website and click on the
click on it,
trailer.
yeah.
We'll show you the game's Comic Con trailer
Yeah.
because it's worth watching.
It is. And what I liked about it is that the whole trailer shows you none of them pick characters because they want to keep it quiet.
None of the ones
So
at the
all
lineup.
you
So we're
s-
seeing a lot of Carol,
You saw a lot of Carol. You
a lot
saw
of
a lot
Aikido dude.
lot of Morgan. Yeah,
Yeah,
lot of
that's him.
Morgan. Then you see a lot of the other Puerto Rican girl because she wasn't in the lineup.
Jeff.
Jeff, see a lot of Jeff, and then you see a lot of Jesus and the guy that stole Daryl's stuff. You know, remember he stole his bike in the last series.
Oh yeah,
He's got
yeah.
the burns, everything.
Oh, yeah.
He's an
Actually,
arsehole.
saying that was Daryl in it
In what?
in the trailer.
No, none of them were. They purposely
Yeah.
didn't put any of them in the trailer.
Yeah.
Because we don't know which one dies. So if you put one of them in the trailer, you're like, oh, he survives.
Yeah.
They kept it really clever, and then they introduced like,
So there's a load of characters you can't really remember.
Yeah.
but then they introduced like, there's a new character, the guy with the tiger.
Oh yes, dun 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 dun. Ezekiel. Him.
So I reckon the next series is going to be awesome. The Walking Dead. It's out very very soon. So if you listen to this like this episode come out,
God, we sound like we're sponsoring it, don't we?
well, no, but you got to geek out about stuff you like, and you. I'm,
Yeah.
I'm actually impressed that you really caught up because I thought you'd given up on it.
I,
Really.
Yeah,
I,
I
gen-
thought
I
you had
genuinely had, like I say, I genuinely had, and I did struggle through Series 2, and I struggled through a lot of Series 3. But Series 4 and onwards, it got very good.
Yeah.
I have so
I
genuinely
said
am
that.
enjoying
I
it
thought
now.
that. Yeah, season 2, I struggled with that. But yeah, once got to season 3 with the governor, that got good.
Yeah.
And season 4, and then it just got better and better.
You know, down the line, before the next series of Game of Thrones comes out, I think we need to do this same sort of chat with that, because that
Yeah,
could
definitely.
be seriously interesting. Sorry, no. Interesting is probably the wrong word.
It will be
It'll be
something.
fun for us.
As much of a fuck shambles as this episode.
Hey! So who do you reckon's going to get killed by Kevin Keegan? Let us know. give us,
Particularly if you're in India.
yeah, you can give us a tweet at Barker Podcast about Not Listening Pod. Let us know who you think's going to die because I can't wait. And if you listen to this and you know who's died, then well done you.
Yeah.
Was
Shut up.
you
Special.
shocked? Was you
and
shocked?
tweet-
Did you care? I don't know. Let us know. Let us
Who
know what you
cares?
think. You could be listening to this in 4 years' time. I don't know. You probably think Walking Dead's been gone for years.
Yeah.
Doesn't everyone watches it
What is
anymore?
this program? It sounds amazing.
So thank you for listening to the Not Listening Podcast. I've been Adam. You all right, mate? Yeah, I'm not too bad. I'm good. Yeah, see you later, mate. You've been Ash. You all right, Ash? Yeah,
Yeah.
good. Yeah, see you later, Ash. Will. Bye, Will.
Bye.
Kevin Keegan.
You love having the last word, don't you?
Nobody's listening.